Okay, so location services use GPS, Bluetooth technology, Wi-Fi hotspots, and cell towers to determine your location. And emergency services also use this. That's how they find people who are lost and their phones are on, and the emergency services locate them in the mountains or whatever. So you can choose where and when apps can locate you. And we're going to do that. I'm going to share my phone with you. Here's my phone, share. And we're going to start out on my home screen. So here's the home screen. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into settings. And under settings, oh, you may have to back out of here. Now, if you need to back out to get to the main screen, backing out, moving out is always in the upper left corner up here. So I'm going to tap on back all the way till I get to settings, to the main screen of settings.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to scroll down until we get to privacy. I'm going to click on privacy, and you can see that my location services are on. And more or less, you're going to want them on too, but you want to control them. You don't want them tracking you all the time. You want them to know where you are when it makes sense. So let's see what we have here. So if we go into location services, you can turn it on and off by tapping on this little green button. And you can share your location right down here. I'm going to tap that. Oh, I just tapped the wrong thing. Share by location. And this is my husband. I want him to be able to know where I am, so I can share my location. He can find out where my phone is from his phone. And people that have children also do this. So that's one thing that you might want to consider turning on. I'm going to go back. And these down here, these are the different apps that may or may not want to use my location. So I use AccuWeather for my weather. Now, I have it set for while using. The reason I have it set for while using is I don't want to have to tell it every single time that I live on Nantucket when I want to check the weather. But I don't want AccuWeather following me constantly 24/7, even when I'm not checking on the weather. So I have this setting marked while using the app. I don't want it always to track me. I don't want to have it ask me every time, although you may want that. But I have it set to automatically access where I am when I'm checking location. And I have precise location turned on. This is a new thing. Precise location gives pretty much exactly where you are. If you turn that off, it says right down here, it will give you an approximate location. So this is giving you more control over what information about where you are is given to the app, in this case, the weather app. Are there any questions about that?
Janie, I take it that the precise location feature is the default is on for all the apps?
I believe it is. Yeah. Let's check another one and see. I'm going to go back and let's find another one. Okay, let's check camera. Camera is an interesting one because when we take photographs, I personally want the metadata or the information about each photograph embedded in the photograph. So I know when I took it, where I took it. It makes it easier for me to find all the photographs I took on a certain vacation. If I went on a vacation to England or Ireland, I could find all the photographs I took within a certain date or a certain place if I have location services turned on, and it's called metadata, and it's embedded into the photo. So yes, here it is, Clore, precise location. So that is the default. But you do have control over that. You can turn that off and it will just give you a general approximation of where you are.
Janie, Jerry,
Yes.
One quick question. How did you add your husband's, how did you connect with you give your husband the permission or direction so that he would know how to find your phone or what your location is? How did you add him? Yeah.
I'm going to open up my phone. I'm going to go to favorites. I'll go to my son. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this I here. Share my location right down at the bottom. Thank you, Clore.
Okay.
You got it.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so tracking. We're still under privacy. And this is a new thing too, tracking. Now let's click on tracking and look around. Allow apps to request to track you. I allow apps to ask permission to track you across apps and websites owned by other companies. Apps that don't ask permission may still try to track you. So this is something that Apple built into their iOS 14. And the way I understand it is that they want their users of iPhone to know when apps are sharing information about, if I add information to Facebook and Facebook wants to share that information to Instagram, now they just do it. What Apple is trying to build into their operating systems is a way for you to have control over that. And I think in the EU, their privacy laws already are that way. So as I said before, I think that Apple wanted to put this into iOS 14, and it's actually in iOS 14, but it's not activated yet because primarily Facebook negotiated with Apple to give them some more time to maybe get ready for that. And so we do not have that, we don't have that ability to stop it entirely yet.
The title is a little confusing because it says allow apps to request to track. It sounds like, okay, I'm allowing something, but it's setting it up so that you can deny it.
Yes, so Facebook would have to request to send my information to Instagram, and I would have the option of saying no. But then what they're also saying is sometimes apps don't ask. So we're progressing toward having more control, but it's not there yet. That if you carry your phone around with you, and you share your location services with different apps, it has, and you don't have your, and the apps that you use, you have it set so that they can always follow you. They'll certainly know where you're going and when you're going. And if you're driving a car, if you're walking, what stores you go to, what bank you use. All your movements are followed. Everything, if you purchase things with your phone or your digital devices, they will know that you're interested in buying new curtains for your kitchen, or that you even on YouTube, you watch a lot of kitten videos, all of your habits, all of your digital habits will be tracked.
Is
And
there some place where you know, in tracking where you can see who is tracking you?
yeah,
Where's that?
yeah. That if you
I
use,
clicked on allow apps to request to track, and then
Yeah.
I touched learn more, and it's about 15 screens long.
yeah, now there is something that we have stumbled through, and it's not in the notes. And I would have to fish around to find it. I know a lot of you will remember it. It's a place where you go. Let me see. Apple advertising, personalized ads. It's like recent history or something, and it shows a list of everywhere you've been for months.
Oh, wow.
Um,
I think it's in private.
privacy. Let's see, where's privacy?
Then location services, and at the very bottom, it's in system services.
Okay, so I'm in settings in privacy, and I go down to the very bottom, Clore.
To system services.
Oh, yeah, I see that. And it has,
And then down to the bottom of that is significant locations.
System services.
I have that as on.
Okay, here we are. System services. It's got a purple, thank you, Clore. The purple arrow indicates that an item recently used your location. Okay, so this is scary.
And down to the very end of that,
Significant locations. Yes, here we go. Okay, so here's my history. I mean, I haven't been very far. And on your main screen, this is a web browser. It's Safari. And you can get a privacy report from Safari. This is a new feature. So what we're going to do is on your iPhone, what we have to do is we have to go into settings. These are in your notes. And go to, under settings, go to Safari. There's Safari right here. It's just it's under settings, and then there's Safari, and here are all your other apps, but you're looking for Safari. And if you tap that, you can turn on prevent cross-site tracking. So we have to find that. Here we go. It's under privacy and security. Prevent cross-site tracking. You can turn that on. You can block all cookies too, but I wouldn't recommend that because that means if you go to a website every day, it will hold little bits of information about you, and you don't have to identify yourself every time you go to this website. If you do block all cookies, which is a step you can take to really protect your privacy, it might be annoying because you'll have to sign in and put your password in every time you go to the site. But this fraudulent website warning, it's a good thing to have on. And if you use Apple Pay, you can check for Apple Pay. If you don't use Apple Pay, turn it off so it won't keep checking. And then if you keep going, you can clear history and website data, which you may or may not want to do. And again, if you clear the data, they don't have information about you, but then the next time you go to that website, you might have to enter in all your information again.
Uh-huh.
But again, so you can see, can you kind of get the idea of how you can have control? You're given these tools. Again, they're buried deep into the rabbit hole. So you
Mm.
have to sort of find them, but they are here. And the difference between our country and other countries, especially the EU, is all their default settings are high in privacy and security, much higher than us. And there's a lot of discussion. I mean, if, you know, Congress has had like the representatives from Apple and Google and Facebook come in and testify. I mean, this is what our legislatures are talking about right now. How much do we need to be protected, and how much freedom? So there's that push and pull between the two. Okay.